All right. Well, this is just your weekly reminder that we post every Wednesday at 5 p.m. on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube for the full visuals. Go follow us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook at Nothing But Controversy, on Twitter at NB Controversy, and go to nothingbutcontroversy.com/blog to read our newest blog written by all of the boys. This week, Shaner's released his Week 2 awards. And believe it or not, my Saints actually got an award. So go and check out what that award is. And yeah, go to our Instagram page, click the link in our bio to have access to all of our social media platforms and every link, including our shop. Let's go to episode 41.
This is Nothing But Controversy. Four guys on a podcast and we're talking about sports. Four guys on a podcast and we're talking about sports. Nothing But Controversy with Matt, Dawson, Cam, and Shaner.
Well, what's up, guys, and welcome to episode 41 of the Nothing But Controversy podcast. We are now headed into week 3 of the NFL season. And as Dawson previously mentioned, we need a new countdown. So we're officially 145 days away from the Super Bowl. Oh, man. I believe the Super Bowl is February 13th this year. 1 week later than usual because of, I guess, the extra week that they added in the season. Yeah, so let's go into our schedule. We're going to start with our question of the week, then our bold prediction of the week, and then our week 3 game of the week. And then we're bringing back everyone's favorite segment, NBC Trivia. I know you guys missed it last week. We're bringing it back. Then we go into top 5, of course, and then to end it off, our lock of the week in terms of betting with a surprise twist. Ooh. With that being said, all 4 of you guys look good, and let's head into our question of the week. All right, so this week we are doing the question that reads, what has been the biggest surprise in the 2021 NFL season so far for you? Okay. Listen, there's been a lot of good stuff, a lot of good games, couple overtime games, and the biggest surprise for me has to be Derek Carr and how he's playing. So I'll be the first to tell you that didn't think Derek Carr was elite. Didn't think he was top 10 at all. Maybe not even top 15. But, he's had a 6 start to the year. 2 unbelievable games, including a crazy comeback against the Ravens, who just beat the Chiefs. Leads Kyler by 128 yards. I think he has 819 yards passing. He leads the NFL. The next guy is Kyler. And I'd say he's probably 3rd in the MVP race. If I had to rank my MVPs right now, it would be 1 Kyler, 2 Brady, him 3. So, and those 2 throws, the throw to Ruggs and the throw to whoever, I forget who it was who scored against
Zay Jones.
Zay Jones. Unbelievable game-sealing throws. Can't really get much better than that. So Derek Carr, you're proving me wrong, man. You're having a fantastic start to the year. I hope it keeps going.
If I have a sexy morning voice, it's because I just made the boys wait 20 minutes while I finished up my nap. So apologies for that. I haven't been able to formally apologize. But for me, Matty Ice, you're not going to love it. It's the way the Saints have used Alvin Kamara. I thought he would be a much bigger part of the offense with Jameis to let Jameis get settled in, but they're kind of just letting Jameis go back and do what he wants. Alvin's RB 22 or 21 after week 2, which is just surprising to me. Again, I'm not taking away anything from Alvin Kamara or anything at all from him, but it's just the way they've used him so far. Not what I expected. So that's got to be my biggest surprise. I think as the season goes on, they'll definitely get him his touches. get him more involved. But for now, I'm surprised how much or how little Jameis has actually relied on that check down to Alvin or handing it off to Alvin, different things like that.
So the only thing I'm going to say is, 100% they're going to get him more touches, but it's not like his touches haven't dropped off that much. If we're taking away, there's no need to go over the game last week. Like last week, the O-line couldn't block a thing. Like they couldn't block anything. Alvin Kamara didn't have any holes. Like he literally, he would get the ball and there would be 3 guys in his face. Like 100%, to me, the O-line had a worse game than Kamara did. Not that Kamara had a great game. No one had a good game. They're missing 8 coaches. Ian Book was taking care of the substitutions for the Saints.
Crazy.
How crazy is that? They're missing half their starters. And these aren't starters that are replaceable. These are big time starters. Quan Alexander, Marshawn Lattimore. Obviously, they're still missing Michael Thomas and stuff. I'm not panicking just yet, but yeah, I'm good. We're fine.
Oh, I don't have any doubts either.
So yeah, I'm gonna bring it back to the Raiders. For me, the entire team has been the most surprising thing for me this year. Obviously, I think before the year began, I think we would have all predicted they would have been 0-2, not 2-0. Sorry, and the offense has been clicking. Derek Carr, obviously, Matt said it looks like an MVP candidate. Don't know if they'll be able to let that thing. Hopefully, they use that energy, that momentum to go down. But I can't see them keeping up with that for too long. But that defense looks stout as well, bro. They looked really good against the D-line was a problem against the Steelers. So overall, the entire Las Vegas Raiders team is the biggest surprise of the 2021 NFL season so far for me. They look legit. They actually do. I have my doubts, but I would be surprised if they can continue doing that. That defense looked really good, and if Carr continues playing how he's playing, there's no reason why they can't put a good season together.
Yeah, and Max Crosby for me is slowly becoming one of my favorite defensive players in the league.
He's awesome.
Nasty. He's nasty.
Yeah, I think everybody's biggest surprise this year has to be the Raiders. You guys touched on everything really, but yeah, Max Crosby, they talked about it in week 1, how much work he's put in all offseason. Clearly paying off for him. Derek Carr averaging over 400 yards a game right now. We'll see if that can keep up. I have a couple small ones. Don't want to piggyback on the Raiders too much, but Marquise Brown producing a lot in Baltimore. Honestly, a name I was really familiar with coming out of college because he's at Oklahoma, but he's played really well in that Ravens offense this year. They're finding ways to get him the ball, which is refreshing. And yeah, Sammy Watkins obviously taking a little pressure off of him. They're all making plays. Obviously got a huge win against the Chiefs. They might be able to run the table in that division because the Browns, they look good, but they're dealing with some injuries now. Jarvis Landry's on the IR. And the Steelers look pretty shaky. And I did have another one. The Panthers. Sitting at 2-0, right?
Sam Darnold.
I know, like you said, Matt, obviously the Saints were losing a lot of guys, but Sam Darnold is kind of balling with the Panthers.
What I should have said was I'm not panicking about the Saints, but I'm not taking anything away from the Panthers because they look great. They looked really good.
Yeah.
Honestly, they did.
Yeah. So credit to Joe Brady there. Obviously getting the offense rolling. DJ Moore is balling like usual. So that's going to be a fun team to watch this year, especially if the defense can keep up what they're doing.
I was going to use Derek Carr and the Raiders too, but you guys have all mentioned them. So I had a close second. I'm going to go with the second. For me, it's the usage in San Francisco for Brandon Ayuk.
Thank you. I was about to say too.
I was really high on this guy. Obviously, I drafted in fantasy thinking that this guy had potential to finish as a top 15 receiver. And through 2 weeks, he has 2 targets, 1 catch for 6 yards. And that catch came late in the third quarter on Sunday. So I know Shanahan came out and basically said why Ayuk isn't getting the targets like we thought he would. But to me, he's still the best receiver on that team. I know they have Debo, but they kind of use Debo more as a end around type of guy like that, jet sweep, stuff like that. So to me, Ayuk's the best receiver, best, actual receiver. He's the number 1 receiver on that team. So I don't know. They got to start getting the ball to him more. I know they they were blowing out the Lions, and then the defense gave up a lot of garbage time points. This week against the Eagles, it was a good game. But to me, the Eagles defense isn't isn't good enough to shut down Brandon Ayuk for one catch. So I don't know what's going on with the game plan, but they got to get Ayuk more touches in that offense. Even if it's, those jet sweeps that they gave him last year, just somehow Ayuk's got to get the ball in his hands.
They might have no choice now. All three of their backs got hurt on Sunday.
Exactly.
Trey Sermon's going to be out a little while. Jermichael Hasty looks like he's going to be out. They might keep Elijah Mitchell around, but.
And it's not like the Ravens left anybody else to sign any running backs.
But I don't get Shanahan's thought process. Like, I know he said, he's hurt and he's going to have to give more effort to get back into, like, in front of the guys that are now in front of him. But, like, I don't know. Like, he's the type of guy that you have to get his touches. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, and who are those guys in front of him? Other Debo's there, but who are the other receivers?
There's like Richie James and
right.
Trent Sherfield balling though too.
Right now, Debo does lead the league in receiving yards, but it's literally like it's not like they're taking the top off. It's like they throw a 3-yard pass to Debo, and then he gets 20 yards.
He also had that like 80-yard touchdown against the Lions.
Exactly.
Out of Kuda's hands, and then
both Debo and Ayuk are that type of receiver where they could take a 3-yard route and burn you for another 50 yards. But if it completely shuts down part of your offense if Brandon Ayuk, a special playmaker, which we saw last year in many games, completely takes apart some of your playbook if you're not even looking his way. Like 2 targets in 2 games for your number 1 receiver.
Exactly.
And a little surprised, Dawson. The Colts are 1-2. I know you talked about tough schedule, but
yeah,
they got to get it going here.
Yeah, they got to get it going. But, like, again, if you told me the Colts are playing the Seahawks and the Rams, like, I'm happy with how they played against the Rams. Like, not for nothing, the 3-point deficit. Could have played way better against the Seahawks, but I'm not shocked. I'm like, they could go fucking 0-5, and it's like, okay, they played 5 playoff teams, but definitely have to get it going. Hard to get it going when your quarterback is, in fact, made of glass. I don't know how you sprain both your ankles in a game. I don't know how that's possible. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure the boys will get it going, and if not, fucking Eagles will have a nice high draft pick. Is it protected at all, that pick, Cam? Do you know?
No, but it's it's basically it becomes a first-round pick only if Carson plays 75% of snaps.
Yeah, no, that I know.
The 2 is locked in.
Yeah.
Or the 3 is locked in.
2 is locked in.
Yeah, whatever it is, but the 1 is only a 1 if he plays. But there's no I don't think there's any conditions on it other than that.
Oh boy. But yeah. I don't know. I'm not Seahawks and the Rams, 2 teams that have looked very good so far this year, so I'm not sounding any alarms, but we'll see.
All right. That was our question of the week. Now we're going to move on to our bold prediction of the week. All right, so this week I'm going with not only a spread underdog, but a big-time money line underdog. So, not only will they cover the 3.5 points, but Joe Burrow and the Bengals are going to defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers this week. Pull off a shocker. And then the alarms are going to start ringing in Pittsburgh.
I like it. My bold prediction of the week. Safe to say, your top 2 picks in this draft have looked rough. Trevor Lawrence looks worse than I thought he would. A whole lot, I think. But they are playing the Cardinals this weekend. And I think Trevor Lawrence gets his first career win against the Arizona Cardinals while throwing no interceptions and 2 or more touchdowns.
That is bold.
Lock that baby in.
It's bold. I like it. I'm going with the spread here, and before you guys say how's that bold, I think this spread here is going to be, I think the public are going to hammer this one, and I want to take the Chargers covering the +6.5 spread against the Chiefs this weekend. I don't know. The Chargers always seem to find a way to stay in the game and make it a close game. And I like this one. I really like it. I think the public are gonna, hammer the -6.5 for the Chiefs. Why wouldn't you? But at the same time, I have this feeling the Chargers will stick around, make it a close game, and cover that 6.5-point spread. -110. Nothing crazy. I like it. Bold prediction of the week. Chargers are covering.
Listen, not for nothing, the Chiefs' defense was just, both the Chiefs. And any defense that goes against the Chiefs' offense is going to look bad. But the Ravens were dominating the Chiefs' defense on the ground. It was crazy. Pretty sure at one point the Ravens running backs were averaging 12 yards a carry. That's crazy.
That's what the Ravens do when they're at their best.
Yeah.
That ground game is just unstoppable.
Mhm.
Yep. I like that LBS. I like Herbert. He likes those close games. But again,
Yeah.
they lost a one-score game on the weekend. They can't be happier.
Hey, they don't need the dub, man. They don't need the dub.
Yeah, no. You're right. Absolutely. Boys, we suffered a heartbreaking loss on my bold prediction parlay last weekend. Cincinnati got it done. Go Bearcats. Dawson's maybe soon potential team.
Yeah.
Actually, Dawson got clowned into becoming an Oregon State fan.
Apparently.
That was pretty tough.
Washington.
Oh,
doesn't-
yeah.
So I thought I had to mention that. But Virginia Tech, a heartbreaking way to not cover. It was +2 or +2.5, depending where you got it. Not fun. They were inside the 5-yard line with no time on the clock, 4th and goal, and just blew it. So that was that. And then Penn State had the ball inside the 10 twice. Auburn couldn't score, couldn't cover. Shit happens. I'm not going back to doing a parlay because clearly a waste of time. I'm going to stay with college football, though. In the SEC, Arkansas, the 16th ranked team in the country right now, will defeat Texas A&M. I really, 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 really like Arkansas's offense this year. KJ Jefferson is balling. So look out for them. They're going to get their first big SEC win in a long time this weekend.
I'm going to stick with college football also. Georgia plays Vanderbilt this week. The over-under is currently set at 52.5. Georgia's going to cover that by themselves.
Damn.
Georgia's going to cover the over by themselves.
That's probably what it was factored in to be anyways.
Probably, yeah.
I like it. Sounds sexy.
So yeah, we're gonna go back into what Cam kind of said. I'll let you take it away, Dawson.
Contract's back there. We can see it on my wall right there. Contract is signed, still signed, and Washington Huskies pulled it off. Finally, looked half decent in a football game, and it took a game against Arkansas State to gather a little momentum. I think Shane or Cam said it. They said but Arkansas State is no Montana. Fuck. But no, and then took to Instagram to celebrate my very small victory. And we had a commenter, fan of the show, say that when Washington plays Oregon State, I have to put my fanhood on the line for the Washington Huskies and become a Beavers fan if Washington loses, which I accepted.
The condition that Dawson failed to acknowledge is that if he loses, or if Washington loses, we get to call Dawson Beaver.
Yep. My new nickname on the show, you'll see it right here or here, wherever, will be Beaver from now on. And I'm going to become a Jacksonville Jaguars fan. All right. That's the bet. Fuck it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to write that.
You sound a little nervous.
Yeah, he's not very confident in that.
When do they play them? Is it this week?
No,
in a while. Okay.
No.
Huskies have time to build up that momentum to get it going.
Yeah,
That's
they
it.
better get rolling.
I gotta go give him a speech pregame. It's a whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Well, those are our bold predictions. And now we're going to head into our game of the week. All right. So we said to ourselves that we weren't going to pick the same team twice in a row for game of the week.
God.
But this game is just too hard to pass up on. Arguably the two best rosters in the NFL going up against each other. The Bucs going to SoFi, play the Rams. What a game. I mean, are you kidding me? Like, this is going to be the game to watch. I hope. I think it's a 4:25 game. I hope it's the game of the week on Fox or whatever. My boy Joe Buck. But yeah, score and X factor as usual. My score is going to be 31-28 Rams. Okay. Two X factors. First one, the fact that both teams are so close together. I just think that the fact that the Rams are at home is going to be a big factor. I mean, I know it's like such a cliche and it's such like an easy X factor, but like that's going to be something that sets them apart. And to me, like my biggest X factor is going to be the battle of the receiver squads. So I think both teams have a set of receivers that are probably top 5 in the NFL. I think the Bucs probably have the best receiving squad. I mean, it's kind of hard to argue against it. But both offenses are star-studded. I think it might end up being a shootout. I mean, I said it was 31-28. Like, I mean, I don't know if that's a shootout, but it's high scoring for the defense that these two teams have. And I guess it's just going to come down to which receivers make the biggest plays. I mean, we saw Cooper Kupp have the game of his life last week, and he looked like a freaking top 10 receiver in the NFL. Rob Gronkowski is playing out of his mind right now. Like I mean, I don't know how you're supposed to guard him. Then like it's tough playing against the Bucs when they have Chris Godwin, they have Mike Evans, they have Antonio Brown, they have Rob Gronkowski. How are you going to cover that? You know, they got Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. Who else? They got Van Jefferson. I mean, Van Jefferson's not on the Bucs level, but like he's good. Like he's a good receiver.
They know how to use. Sean McVay loves using him.
Yeah,
so he's definitely a threat to that defense.
Yeah, like these are good. These are good teams, man. These are good receiver squads. So I'm pumped up for this game. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah, I am very excited for this game. My score prediction, I don't know. I see this as a game where the wheels just come off for the Bucs a little bit, partially. So score of this game, I also have Rams 31, but I have Bucs 17. Okay, and my X factor in this game is going to be how much the Bucs defensive backs can contain the Rams passing offense. Without a doubt, the weakest part of their defense, probably their entire team, is those Bucs defensive backs. And like you said, the Rams have a pair of elite receivers in Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp. So I think just seeing how much they can contain them, because they won't be able to stop them, I don't think. But just containing them will be the key to this game. But for me, I just see the Rams kind of exploiting that defensive backcourt for the Bucs. And, like I said, 31-17 Rams.
Like, one thing – hang on. Just let me say something. It's like one thing that, like, I really love the part – okay, so, like, the Sunday night game, obviously they had Chris Collinsworth on it. And not for nothing, I really like Chris Collinsworth. I know a lot of people think he's a meme and stuff, but I really like him. And one thing that he said was, like even though, like, it wasn't, like, coming from him, but, like, statistically, like, the teams that motion the most on offense have the best, like, it was, like, something like yards per attempt or something. Like they have the best passing, okay? Like, the best passing offenses for the teams that have the most motions. Like, obviously, he was talking about the Chiefs because the Chiefs just motion everyone. And, like, I mean, obviously, it's the Chiefs. Like, they have guys who could run all over the place. But, like, makes sense, man. Like, you got guys like Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. Like, even though their route running's phenomenal, like, you see them moving all over the place. Like, it's never, like, the same guy going on. Like, and he said, like, the one thing that got to me was, like, as a defense, you could prepare as good as you like, as well as you want for an offense. But once they start motioning and they're motioning everyone, you can't prepare for that. You know, like when guys are motioning there and back, like once I saw the Chiefs run a motion where the guy ran across the quarterback like 4 times and then bounced out and scored a touchdown. Like that's what I love about like the Rams offense and stuff. They're always motioning guys, the Chiefs especially. I mean, obviously the Chiefs do it the best, but yeah.
Yeah, when you have quarterbacks as smart as Mahomes, Goff. I mean, Goff was smart. Obviously, didn't get it done, and then Matt Stafford, Brady, the Bucs like to motion too. it's also a key for them. They see someone following the receiver, they know they're getting man coverage. You can't give up your key that quickly pre-snap to quarterbacks as smart as those three guys, and that's why it works so well for them. And like you said, in the red zone, short down situations, you're looking at a guy running a little flat. There's no like you're done. You see it a lot with Devontae too. He does that shit all the time. So yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, I have similar points as the boys here. As good as both defenses are, I think the offenses will prevail on both sides. We're going to see a shootout. I'm going 35-28, 27 Bucs. That's what I got right now. And my X factors are both teams' secondaries, and how they'll be able to slow each other's passing game down. Because obviously we know the Bucs secondary isn't great. They're going up against Cup, Woods, Stafford's looking great in that offense. And as good as the Rams secondary is, they still have to deal with 4 legit guys in Evans, AB, Godwin. Gronk has been proving to be a legitimate player in the Bucs offense this year. So, yeah, it's just going to come down to who can slow down which receiving core the best, I think, and which defense, prevails. But I got the Bucs getting it done.
What Liam just said, and Liam, something that Liam just said just reminded me of, my favorite quote in football is that good offense beats good defense, and I believe that till the best offense is always going to beat the best defense. To me, that's 100% true. As good as a defense could be, to me, there's no one in this world that could stop the Chiefs' offense at full strength. We saw it in the Super Bowl, but that's Mahomes. It wasn't their offense. They didn't have their O-line. But no one's ever going to stop the Chiefs because they're the best offense, and it's ridiculous. But yeah.
07 Super Bowl says otherwise, but that's my only argument.
07 Super Bowl. Oh yeah.
No, but yeah, I see it a little differently this week. Honestly,
Cam always sees it a little differently.
No, but I think we've seen a lot of high scoring games, a lot of touchdowns from both teams. I think this is a week where you're gonna see teams trying to jump the gun. Maybe not the Bucs so much, but the Rams. I think there's gonna be a couple turnover on downs here. Getting a little jumpy, going for it on 4th and 3. So I see it being more of a defensive battle. Obviously, we're gonna get great quarterback play. I have the Bucs to win 24-20 and keep it nice and low scoring this week. We'll see though. Two teams that don't run the ball super effectively. The Rams definitely better than the Bucs right now, but they're going to be depending on their quarterback. So my X factor is turnovers. Who wins the turnover battle this week? And that includes turnover on downs because I think these teams will be going for it on 4th quite a bit, but we'll see.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I'm going to start here. I'm going to go 31-24 for the Rams. I like the way the Rams defense lines up against the Bucs receiving core. I think obviously Jalen Ramsey will probably be on Mike Evans all game long. Jordan Fuller as a safety is he's great for covering tight ends, so I think he'll be coming down. He'll be on Gronk all day. On the other side of Ramsey, they got Darius Williams, so he'll probably be on Godwin. I like that matchup. Godwin's obviously a bit bigger than him. Darius Williams is a small corner. He's only 5'9", but he's aggressive. He's a guy who's going to get in your face. He's the guy who's he's going to talk to you all game. He's going to be in your head. The only thing, my X factor is Antonio Brown. And I kind of put it together with the guy who's going to be covering him probably in David Long, is if whoever wins that matchup, I think is going to win that game. So if AB makes David Long have a long game, it's going to be – the Bucs are just going to be torching the Rams defense. They're going to go after David – they're probably going to go after David Long early and often, see if he can hold his ground against AB. If David Long holds up, then I think it's easy for the Rams defense to shut them out a few drives, get the ball back in Stafford's hands, and let that offense do their thing. So AB is my X factor this week, but I'll also say David Long in that. So AB against David Long is my X factor.
Crazy. Maybe I just wasn't listening or I didn't hear someone say it, but it's crazy how we just went through 5 guys talk about this game and not one of us mentioned Aaron Donald. Did someone mention Aaron Donald? No way. Literally the best player in this game, the best player in the league. Just Didn't get mentioned. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, obviously he's there. I guess we just kind of assumed that you would know that. But yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Before
I don't even think he needs to be mentioned as an X factor. He's just a factor. Like
Yeah,
he's the factor.
It's like saying Mahomes is an X factor. Like
Yeah,
everybody knows what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
And also watching him play go a lot head to head against Quentin Nelson last week. A lot of fun to watch.
Q held his own though.
He did, definitely. He did, absolutely.
But
Yeah, for sure. As he should, because he is the best lineman in the NFL. But yeah. Listen, before we move on to our next segment, I just want to, I'm going to get nice and cute here, but I just want to wish my, a big fan of the show, my father, Mr. Craig Campbell. I'd just like to wish him a happy birthday. We are filming on Tuesday, and his birthday is Tuesday, the fall solstice, September 21st. So happy birthday to you. I love you. Keep watching the show, and maybe
we'll
I'll
have you
bring-
on the show very, very soon.
Absolutely.
maybe I'll have you on the
This
show.
one should have been.
Should've
This one
had
should have
a-
been the one.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
This one should
Happy
have been the
birthday
one.
to number
Craigie
one
birthday
fan.
special.
Seriously.
He is currently having a nice steak dinner at Vieux de Luth, so enjoy
Love
that. But yeah, let's head into the most competitive segment in Nothing But Controversy history, NBC Trivia. And this week, Dawson's going to be hosting because 2 weeks ago he won. But I just want to say something. I need to redeem myself here. I did get shut out. I got 0 wrong out of Shaner's questions. And
Zero
to
wrong.
be fair, I did run the naked mile. If you want to
Got
see
zero
it,
Hey, hold the phone. Hold the
got
phone.
0 right.
There
So
you go.
I did run the naked mile. If you want to see it, go to Shane's OnlyFans. You'll see me butt naked there running down the street. So I think his
He
OnlyFans.
did not run the naked. For all you listening, he did not run the naked mile. I'm
And
just
then
gonna
he was
let you
kissing
know.
Shane in the OnlyFans.
He did not run the naked mile. So it is what it is.
But yeah. All right, let's get it. I'm here to redeem myself.
All right, boys. Welcome back to Nothing But Controversy Trivia. As I mentioned earlier in the show, I just took a fat nap. And let me tell you, I didn't have questions ready. But
I knew that was coming.
like the great host I am, I thought on the fly, beginning of the episode, I came up with what I think is a great idea. It's not going to be your traditional, what's it called? Your traditional trivia. Okay. But it's going to get the job done. We're going to talk about sports, what we want to be talking about. Okay. And it's just going to be an all around good time. So what I'm going to do is I am going to name a position in football, and you are going to give me the current top 3 fantasy leaders at that position. Okay?
Sheesh.
After 2 weeks.
After 2 weeks.
No phones.
Damn. Okay.
No phones,
We're
obviously.
all very plugged into fantasy.
And yeah. So you don't have to get them in order, but every of the one that you get from the top 3 is 1 point. Does that work for everyone?
Yes, sir.
All right. Starting off with the quarterbacks. Give me your top 3 fantasy quarterbacks as of week 2 of the 2021 NFL season. Just so you know, Shane, number 4 on this list, Danny Dimes.
Oh.
Yeah.
My boy.
Oh wait, Danny Dimes is 4? I was fucking with you.
All right. Keep in mind, you do get points for running the ball as a quarterback.
No way.
All right. Lift them in 3, 2, 1, and go. Matt has Brady, Kyler, Carr. Shane has Kyler, Brady, Russ. Liam has Brady, Kyler, Carr. And so does Cam. Kyler, Brady, Carr. So you all had Kyler and Brady, correct?
Yeah.
That is 2 points for all of you. Okay. Mark that down. And then Matt, Liam, and Cam all had Derek Carr, and Shane had Russell Wilson. The correct answer is Patrick Mahomes.
Damn.
So we are deadlocked at 2.
Stuff.
All right. We're gonna switch it up a bit here. Nah, never mind. I was gonna do kicker, but fuck that. Ooh. Name me. After week 2 in the NFL, your top 3 scoring defenses. Top 3 scoring defenses.
Oh, who did?
As a hint, number 1 and 2 are tied with 24 points, and number 3 has 21 points.
Bro.
Oh, bro, I have one. I was watching the game and they had 2 picks late, and I forget. Oh,
I don't.
We're gonna go from 5,
Yo.
4, Shaner.
just put
Write
2 up.
something down.
Yeah, whatever.
3, 2, 1. Matt, don't show it yet because okay.
1.
I know, but I see the top of Cam's head.
Wait. I need to revisit. I
Oh
just
my.
realized what happened on Sunday.
Oh boys, I don't know how much I like this.
Go.
like this
I'm good. I'm good.
3, 2, 1. Lift it.
Had the Chiefs. I'm
Cameron.
not gonna lie.
All right. Matt has Bucks, Cards, Panthers. Shane has Bucks, Cards, Panthers. Liam has Pats, Bucks, Cards. And Cam has Denver. Bucks, Washington football team, and Denver. Raise your hand if you have the Buffalo Bills. No, that
No
was
way.
your number 1 fantasy. Your number 1 fantasy scoring defense. Raise your hand if you have the New England Patriots.
Come on now, boys.
That's 1 for Liam.
That's crazy.
Okay, and then
They put up 19 last week. That's why. I
tied
could
at
go.
3.
I thought it was Washington for some reason.
Tied at 3. Raise your hand if you have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay, so that's Matt, Shane, and Liam, right?
And Cam.
Yep.
And
We all
Cam.
have.
And now raise your hand if you have the Carolina Panthers.
Mm.
Do you actually,
Mm-mm.
Matt?
Yeah, I did. I swear.
Oh, Shane
Me and Shane have the same
and
one.
Matty Ice. Alrighty. After 2 questions, the score: Matt 4, Shane 4, Liam 4, Cam 3.
Fuck this.
Let's go in to your fantasy running backs. Who are the top 3 scoring fantasy running backs as of week 2 in this 2021 NFL season?
I feel like there's a random up there. For some
Yeah, I don't know who the third I should put.
Going with my gut. I'm ready to go here.
Yeah, I just.
All right, let's raise them in 3, 2, 1. Show them. Matt has CMC, Jones, Henry. So does Shane.
Me and Shane are vibing.
So does Liam.
So does Liam.
And
Dalvin's
Cam
a
has
good one.
Derrick Henry. Who was the second one? Dalvin Cook?
Alvin and Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones. The correct answer. Derrick Henry at 1. CMC at 2. And Mr. 4 touchdowns on Monday Night Football.
Oh my
Aaron
God.
Jones.
Let's go. Let's go. boys.
So if I'm correct, Matt, Shane, and Liam all got 2. All got 3.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Cam
Yeah.
got 2.
This is a bad performance.
Yeah, I'm slipping.
So we have a 3-way tie at the top. Matt, Shane, and Liam all tied at 6. Cam at no. Matt, Shane, and Liam all at 7.
Yeah, I'm at 5.
Cam at 5.
Tough. Good job, boys.
Appreciate it.
Let's go into your
I'm
tight
scared
end.
for receivers because I have no idea.
Let's go into your
Same.
tight ends. That's why we're going to end off with receivers. Who are the top 3 scoring fantasy football tight ends in 2021?
Ready. No, I'm not.
I'm ready.
3.
I swear I just changed an answer and I feel like I got it wrong because I changed the answer.
I'm going to give a 5 count. In 5, 4,
Oh, fuck.
3. You're good, Cam. Take your time.
Wait.
2, 1, and shower. Matt.
Oh,
has
Matt.
Gronk, Hawk, Waller.
Oh, Kelsey. I
So
feel like
does
Kelsey's
Shane.
in there.
So does
Liam.
Cam. They do not have Kelsey, but
Bro,
Cam does. Kelsey.
I
Waller,
erased
Gronk.
Kelsey for Hawk.
Hawk is 100% there. Hawk is 3
Yeah.
because I have him, and I saw it today.
Kelsey
At
still had a
1.
big game this week, too.
At 1. Raise your hand if on your list you have Travis Kelsey.
Fuck.
Yeah, I knew it.
He's 1?
He is
Yeah.
1. Cam, you had Kelsey, right?
He dropped like 25 this week.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
I feel like it's Waller that's not there.
At 2.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you had Rob Gronkowski.
All of us.
Shane, Liam, and Matt. Cam, you did not have Gronk, right?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did.
He didn't have Waller.
Ah,
No, I had Gronk, Kelsey, Waller.
Oh, he didn't have Hawk.
Yeah.
Hawk's 3.
Just when you think Cam's gonna make up ground.
and now
Yeah, I know. I was
raise
hoping.
your hand if you had TJ Hawkinson. Matt,
I
Shane,
had
and Liam.
I had TJ Hawkinson on my board, and I have him on my squad. Let's go.
Wow. So nothing changes after round 5, 4, 4, 5, 4, 4. Matt, Shane, and Liam at the top, tied with 9. Cam close behind with 7. And the reason we left the receivers for last is because it could really go any way. So we're going to get into that right now. Gentlemen, tell me your top 3 fantasy football receivers.
I write this with minimal confidence.
Yeah.
I
Shane.
expect nothing less, Shane.
I need a third one.
I think I would have gone over 3 on this.
Oh, lovely. Thanks.
Wow.
That guys, if that makes you guys feel
I only know 1. I know 1 for sure. That's it.
All right, gentlemen.
I'm
It's
ready.
go time.
Fuck, I need one more.
No. Fuck it. Whatever.
Give me a lift. Shane, if you want to change it,
Oh,
I
it's
would
fine.
give you one.
I'm good.
Okay,
I'm good.
lift. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Hop is so good. But Lockett's there. Lockett's 2.
Oh, I forgot about Lockett.
Okay, I need
Why'd you guys put them up?
Liam and Cam to lift here. All right. Wow,
Forgot
Liam,
about
you're
Lockett.
leaving it blank.
Well, they put it up, so I was.
All right.
Whatever.
So Matt has Debo,
I
Lockett.
think Matt might go 3 for 3.
Shane has Cup, Hop, AB. Liam
Oh.
has
I had Cup and D Hop.
and
Forgot
Cam.
about Lockett.
I have Cup, Lockett, and D-Hop also.
I think D-Hop's there, bro.
D-Hop.
No, he's not. He's 5, I think.
I can confidently tell you, DeAndre Hopkins is wide receiver 10 right now, according to
Oh,
NFL
wow.
Fantasy.
He's serious.
So
He only had 15 this week.
raise your hand
Oh,
if you have Cooper Cup. He was number 1, so all the boys have Cooper Cup.
fuck. I think Matt, you're going 3 for 3 here.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
Raise your hands if you have Tyler Lockett.
Let's go.
Over 3 on this?
Matt has him. So Matt's the only one with Lockett?
No, I had him.
No.
No,
Oh, you
Cam
had him? Okay. And raise your hand. Matthew Campbell, if you are the 2021 trivia champion with Debo Samuel.
I was trying to think of who's leading the league in receiving, too.
I'm
Congratulations.
back, baby. From 0 to hero.
Congratulations. To round out this list, we had Cup, Lockett, and Debo, 1, 2, 3, followed by Thielen, Cooper, Mike Williams, surprising, Tyreek Hill, Marquise Brown, Sterling Shepard, DeAndre Hopkins.
Shout out to fan of the show, Jack, for leaving Debo on his bench this week. Giving us a dub. I think I might have had the dub anyways, but I appreciate it.
Yeah. So that's it, right?
That's it. Congratulations, Matt.
I appreciate it. But yeah, let's go into top 5. We're back in everyone's favorite segment, Top 5. And this week we're doing top 5 most underrated NFL players in your opinion. Okay? I'm a receiver guy, so my list here is kind of full of receivers, just so you know. Start off with honorable mentions. Didn't put them in the list because some would consider them superstars. Keenan Allen and Darius Leonard, considered superstars, but I still think they're underrated. I really do. I really don't think they get the respect they deserve, and I literally think that they are so good. I think they're superstars. Some people probably don't even know who Darius Leonard is, which is crazy because he plays. I know, it's crazy. But let's go. Number 5. I said it last week. This is my one homer pick. Marshawn Lattimore. Guy is an absolute lockdown corner.
You don't think Marshawn Lattimore is considered a superstar?
I think he is, but no, he was like ranked. I don't even think he was in the top 10 corners ranked for PFF or not PFF or like NFL.com or whatever when they released their top 10 corners. He wasn't even in it, which is ridiculous. Number 4, the guy who just won me trivia, Tyler Lockett, gets overshadowed by DK Metcalf somehow. I literally think that Tyler Lockett is the best receiver on that team. And he's winning me fantasy matchups right now, let me tell you.
Yeah, I've heard. I agree. I think he's the most. I think he's the best receiver on Seattle. It's close because DK is unbelievable. But I read somewhere or I saw a TikTok or something. It's just that Pete Carroll knows how to use Tyler Lockett so much better than he knows how to use DK Metcalf. Like they don't know what to do with DK. They just throw him on the field and they're like, you're big, you're fast, go do something. But Tyler Lockett, they know exactly where to use him, when to send him on a go, you know. So I think that's why he's shown this year so much. Like they just know how to use him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so 5, Marshawn Lattimore. 4, Tyler Lockett. 3, my lone quarterback on this list, Ryan Tannehill. When I tell you
Sick.
that this guy is very good, can command an offense, and is one of the reasons why Tennessee's offense is quite honestly one of the scariest offenses in the league. Very good player. Number 2, Adam Thielen. Okay? When I tell you that he is the best receiver on the Vikings, believe me, he is. His release, top 3 in the NFL. His route running, top 10 in the NFL. I don't get it. He's so good, and he's been that good. And somehow, because Justin Jefferson came in, had a great year, he's being overshadowed. To me, Adam Thielen is better than Justin Jefferson. Number 1, Terry McLaurin. Unbelievable. By the end of this year, will be a top 10 receiver. Watched him. He was in the bright lights on Thursday. Absolutely torched the Giants defense. Don't want to talk about it because Shane, I almost saw a guy die from a heart attack after that game ended. But Terry McLaurin is so good and so incredibly underrated. You are the man.
All right. I like it. At 5 for me. Got paid this offseason, but before that was so underrated. And I think still is. And that's Poona Ford out in Seattle. Disgusting.
If you like D-line play, watch that. Dude.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Did he actually get paid this offseason?
Yeah, I think so. I think he got paid this offseason.
I'm going to check. Continue.
Yeah, you go check. At 4, this is underrated strictly because he's been hurt. But remember the name Derwin James. Brought him up a whole lot last week, Shane's boy.
Disgusting.
Disgusting, but underrated in the sense that under talked about just because of how much he's been hurt. But Derwin James, when healthy, can make a case to be the best safety in the league, I think. And we'll do that this year. Number 3, as Matt alluded to, Scary Terry McLaurin. Disgusting.
Yeah.
It's gross. He's gross. Number 2, Shane's boy, James Bradbury.
Absolutely.
Locking
100%.
dudes up
Without a
24/7. I love him. He's a guy you always trade for in that Madden franchise.
Yeah.
Can get him a little cheap, and he's a lockdown corner. And number 2, letting my bias creep through a little here, Braden Smith, Colts right tackle, played on an O-line with Anthony Costanzo, who was a great left tackle and arguably the best O-lineman in football, Quentin Nelson. Does not get the love he deserves, but he is an outstanding tackle and an anchor on that O-line. And again, like Matt said, for some of these guys, or for Darius Leonard, or no, for some of these guys, some people don't even know this guy's name, which is crazy to me because he is an outstanding tackle. So number 1 most underrated player in the NFL.
You know what they say though? If you don't know an O-lineman's name,
That's a good thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Did you see when did the Ravens Chiefs played Sunday night, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was Villanueva. They were talking to him, and he did this quote like from when he was in the military. It's like playing left tackle is kind of like jumping out of an airplane.
Yeah.
Or when he was in the military, like what did he say? Like
I
the
know
best
exactly
the
what
best
you're
thing that
talking about.
happens to you, the best possible outcome is nothing happens.
Yeah.
So exactly that. But yeah.
All right. Well, my top 5 does not feature any defensive players. Honestly, these were guys that just came off right up top of the head. Number 5, I'm starting off with Tony Pollard. He might not have the stats to show for it, but we've seen what he brings to that Dallas offense. And I saw a stat also last year. He was tied with Derrick Henry for average yards after contact or something. And he only rushed for less than 500. So it goes to show something. Number 4, Terry McLaurin. We've all seen what he's done with God knows how many different quarterbacks, and none of them have been good. Like, none of them have been elite quarterbacks.
Dwayne Haskins wasn't elite.
Come on now.
It's magic.
And the kid.
Like, come on. Let's be real, you know? Like, number 3, you go showing some love to the O-line. Tristan Wirfs.
Oh yeah.
Did not miss a single snap in his rookie year. I think he was the second highest graded PFF right tackle or something in his rookie year. Allowed 1 sack. I think I don't know if you guys have all seen that PFF put up all his stats in his rookie year. Incredible player. You know, he's going to be that guy for a long time, you know?
Another thing about a lineman I saw today about Penei Sewell has not given up a sack since like week 4 in 2018 with Oregon.
He was really good last night.
Like,
really
that's
good.
crazy.
Really good.
He had
again.
1 penalty, I think, but other than that, he was.
The thing is, I don't know if when they move him back, when Decker gets back, is he going to be the same on the right side? Like,
If I'm Detroit, I'm saying this is your position, Decker. You can go play on the right.
I mean, Decker's a Pro Bowler, so like I don't know if that's how it's going to happen.
Fuck, man, I don't know. He looks good.
Anyways, number 2,
Good problem
rolling
to
with my
have, though.
fan. Yeah, that's very true. That is a good problem to have. But yeah, number 2, rolling with my fantasy boy, Cooper Kupp. He's averaged more than 12 yards per
This
reception.
guy's been trying to trade him all season.
Yeah. Don't call him your boy.
What?
Do not call him your boy.
every chance he gets, he brings up
he's
Cooper
available.
Kupp.
Come on now.
Every trade discussion, he's like, yeah, Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, I'm trying to make some good deals.
Oh man.
Come on now. Well, let me tell you something. He's no longer on the trade block now, right, boys? All right. Yeah, I just wanted to say he's unreal. I was looking at his stats. He's averaged 12 yards per reception 4 of his 5 NFL seasons, which goes to show like what he does after the catch. And he's proven to be an elite receiver early on this year. No, he's number 2. Number 1, I had to put my boy Keenan Allen. He's got 5,000 yard seasons, 400 reception yard seasons, 4-time Pro Bowler, and still finds a way to fly under the radar. I don't know why, but I still think he's the most underrated player in the NFL.
I like that
Those are the
list.
top 5.
I'm interested in Cooper Kupp for fantasy, by the way.
But send me a good offer.
Oh man.
He's no longer.
Yeah.
Just because I'm talking about a trade doesn't mean like he's off the he's on the trade block.
If he was off, if you didn't want to trade him, you wouldn't be entertaining offers for him.
Exactly.
I'm not saying he's untouchable. No one's untouchable on my
CMC
team, right?
for me is untouchable.
CMC is definitely the most untouchable player in fantasy.
Well, Cooper Kupp's not CMC. Let's just say that.
All right. I definitely have a bit of a different list, but at number 5, guy who I love on a team that I don't like very much, Eric Kendricks. A name that a lot of people don't know. Leads the Vikings in tackles year in, year out. He's been doing it. We obviously talked about Luke Kuechly, Bobby Wagner, all the star-studded middle linebackers that came before him and played while he was there. But this guy's been absolutely lights out. Crazy on the field. I love that guy. At 4, I also have Cooper Kupp, D2 guy or FCS guy. No one really knew him coming out of the league. Vernon Adams probably knew him the best, but he's a baller, big time, and it's paying off right now. At 3, not Ryan Tannehill, but Derek Carr, a guy who can actually win you some games. He's up there in fourth quarter comeback drives, or game-winning drives, I should say. The guy's crazy. I think Gruden's finally got that offense where he's comfortable calling almost any play on his sheet, which is good to see because Derek Carr can make any throw you need him to make. There's no doubt about that. At number 2, guy who was hurt all last year too, unfortunately, Cortland Sutton.
Oh, yeah.
Huge body. A jump ball's 80-20 for him. And the route running's there, crazy receiver. At number 1, surprised he hasn't been mentioned yet, Allen Robinson.
Yeah.
Still waiting on a payday. Again, the route running, he has some of the best hands I've ever seen in my life. And yeah, not much to say for him, but it's criminally underrated.
Comment on 2 of yours. First of all, Cortland Sutton, welcome to my fantasy team. Ironed out a great trade with my boy Cam. Worked out well for me this week.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about Eric Kendricks. If you guys are ever feeling bad, and this is how I was introduced to Eric Kendricks. If you guys are ever having a bad day, you're a little down in the dumps, just go on YouTube and watch 96 Questions. I don't know if you guys are super familiar with that. 96 Questions with the Minnesota Vikings is the most entertaining YouTube series ever.
Yeah.
Go watch the one where they talk about the teammate you'd least let date your sister.
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Everyone in the locker room answers Stephon Diggs. Fucking kills me. But yeah. Good list, Cam. I liked it.
Before I start, I'm going to throw out an honorable mention. Guy that no one really knows. He was part of one of my trivia wins that nobody had the right answer. But Zach Cunningham, middle linebacker out in Houston, he's an absolute tackle machine. Led the league last year in tackles. Now that everybody's gone in Houston, he is that middle piece in the defense. So he runs that defense. At 5, like my boy Dawson said, the bald man, James Bradbury on the outside, lockdown corner. First lockdown corner the Giants have had consistently in a while. Number 4, Tyler Lockett. What he's done in the past 2 weeks has been absolutely ridiculous. It's like every time I see Russ throw the ball further than 20 yards downfield, I just know he's throwing it wide open. It's going to Lockett every time.
And he's going to be wide open.
Yeah. 3, a guy who you guys haven't said yet, another receiver, DJ Moore, a guy who I think gets overshadowed even in his own team with Robbie Anderson. I never understood people that said that Robbie Anderson was better than DJ Moore, and I think right now we're seeing that.
I've never heard anyone.
I've heard many people say Robbie Anderson is better than DJ Moore, and it's crazy. And we're seeing exactly that right now, that DJ Moore is way better.
I love DJ Moore. Oh, man.
Literally,
He's that guy, pal.
And I've seen, you would think Sam Darnold coming from the Jets playing with Robbie Anderson, he'd be trying to force it to Robbie Anderson. It's not the case. He's going to DJ Moore as often as he can. Number 2, I don't want to talk about him because I'm upset. Scary Terry. So we're just going to move on to number 1.
Wait, what happened? Didn't you bench him
I would
last
have
week?
lost anyways. I checked. I would have lost anyways. Trust me. It made myself feel better that that I would have lost regardless.
I swear to God, that day. It was Thursday.
It was the worst night of my entire life.
I'm like, Shane, are you really about to bench Terry
And
McLaurin?
it killed me. His response in the group was, I'm keeping him fresh in case someone wants to trade.
No, his response to us was, "I can suffer not being a Terry fan for 1 week."
That was my
I disagree, man. When the Cowboys play the Eagles, Zeke is starting. There's no question about that. I'm
Zeke's a
still going to
bitch.
cheer against him, but if he scores, it makes you feel a little better.
That's what happens when you play fantasy with your fields. You end up in 10th place.
That's fine. I'm number 1 on the waiver wire once again. Bro, I'm just playing for the first overall pick next year.
Again.
Number 1, a guy who not a lot of people know because there's so many great edge rushers in the NFL. Daniil Hunter. His last 2 seasons, last year he wasn't healthy. He didn't play last year. His 2 seasons prior to that, 14.5 sacks in each season. He's second in the league right now in sacks, right behind Chandler Jones. He has 4. I think he had 3 of them this week. He's always, ever since he was drafted out of Florida State in Miami, he's been electric off the edge. Him and Everson Griffin were a problem, and now it's Daniil Hunter. He's unblockable. He's huge. I think he's like 6'7", 6'8", or something. He's ridiculously big. So Daniil Hunter is my most underrated player in the NFL right now.
Another reason to go watch 96 Questions.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that was top 5 most underrated players in the NFL. And now to end off this episode, we're going to go into our last segment, our lock of the week in terms of betting. And if you started watching this at the start, you're going to know that I said that there was going to be a little twist to the lock of the week in terms of betting. In fact, we're changing it. We're adding some stakes here. So if you get it wrong, get it wrong. The Wild just signed Kirill Kaprizov to a 5-year, $45 million extension. Your boy. Now you could actually call him Dollar Bill. But anyway.
Bill Kirill.
All right. So from now on, if you do not get your lock, if your lock of the week gets unlocked and you lose it, you have to do a drinking consequence of one of 3 choices. You either have to take a shot of dirty hard alcohol, you will have to shotgun a beer or a White Claw or any drink of choice that has alcohol in it, or funnel. If you don't know what a funnel is, search up what a beer funnel or beer bong is. And we will have to film it and post it. And you will have to bring great shame to yourself on the Nothing But Controversy Instagram story.
Fuck me.
This week, I am going with Lamar Jackson, not as an anytime touchdown scorer, but I'm taking him for over 2.5 total touchdowns, passing and rushing combined. So he needs to get at least 3 touchdowns, passing or rushing. I don't think that's a easy lock by any standards. I think that's fair. Who are they playing? They are playing.
Bet on some guy you don't even know what team he's playing against.
I did know, but I just forget.
They are playing the Detroit Lions.
Oh.
Fuck the Lions.
I like your chances there. That's
Devastated
kind of
me and
not
Dawson.
necessarily a lock, but it's, yeah.
All right, well, fuck that. I do not want to drink, let alone on the Nothing But Controversy Instagram story. Panthers over the Texans. I don't believe in Davis Mills. Sorry.
Is this a money line bet?
This is a money line bet. I'm playing it safe. I do not want to drink this week.
You're a hater.
Well, I'm sticking with the same game. Player prop, though. CMC over 45.5 receiving yards, minus 110. That's a lock. I won't be drinking on the story this week, all right? That's all I got to say.
If he has to drink, we're rolling that back.
Fuck, did I just sabotage myself?
All right. Nothing too crazy this week. The Raiders are playing the Dolphins. You're going to get Raiders money line with good value here. That's my lock this week. Tua's still day to day. I think that spread's going to get pushed once they roll him out. I'm assuming he's going to be out. Obviously, took a pretty serious hit, had to get carted off. So don't think he'll be playing 7 days later. Beside that, though, revenge game for the Raiders. They got knocked out of the playoffs last year by Miami. on like one of those Saturday night games late in the season last year.
It's magic.
Yeah, Derek Carr definitely didn't forget about that. So I think the Raiders money line's a safe bet this week.
We talked about the Giants game. It was a tough weekend for me. My Florida Gators took an L because the
Played
kicker
fantastic.
doesn't know how to kick field goal extra points. But I'm gonna bounce back here over Tennessee. So Florida money line.
On a 21-point favorite.
Hey, it's called a lock for a reason.
Yep.
There's not a chance you will see me taking a shot or any other alcohol that I do not have to take on the NBC.
My lock of the week is Patrick Mahomes throwing for over 50 yards.
Watch him get hurt on
Lock
the
it
first
in.
one. He doesn't.
Back in the earlier stage of the show, one of Shane's lock of the week was, or maybe it was Matt. No, I think it
Oh,
was Shane.
Shane fucking
Baylor against the
first
16 seed. Oh, thank you.
Matt also took Valerie Shevchenko like minus 10,000 odds.
No, I
Didn't
took
you-
Amanda Nunes,
You
Oh,
also
whatever.
took.
but I did by finish, not money.
You also took Cade
Still-
Cunningham to
still
go
a
first
crazy
overall,
one.
so I don't want to hear it.
Fair enough, but that's not as big as lock as Baylor. But anyways,
No.
before we end this episode, I would just I'd like to wish my friend Liam good luck this Sunday. Our squads are clashing. The Saints are playing the
Big
Patriots.
clash.
So I wish you luck. Fuck the Patriots. And
Fuck you.
if you like this video, Shane's gonna give you a kiss. So do it.
Shaner.